Welcome back to Holtham's Apiary. I'm Jason Holtham, and in this video, I'm once again checking in on the bees, make sure they have enough food. It's the end of February, and we have to make sure they have enough food to get them through the next couple of weeks. You won't want to miss it. So we have 5 degrees Celsius. It's about 40. It's about 41 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, of course, typical temperatures for end of February. But the problem is that 2 weeks ago, actually not even 2 weeks ago, about 10 days ago, we were having some really warm temps, like 12, 13, 14, actually even up to 16 degrees Celsius. And with those types of temperatures, the bees really break out of their winter cluster and they go on cleansing flights. They start to bring in pollen and cost them a lot of energy and a lot of food. But I just weighed colony 1, and they seem to be doing okay on food. Let me just write this down real quick. I'll write it down on the whiteboard. So they had, let's see, about 10 kilograms. That's not too bad. Go over here to colony. Do a little bit of cleanup here too before the season really starts. So let me come over here and write down. All right, so let's see what we got here for colony 2. Colony 2 has been the one that's been eating the most of the food this winter. Now they have about 8 kilograms. Last week, I gave them actually some food because they had 6 kilograms, and I was a little bit afraid that they were going to run out of food on me. So colony 3 still have about 10 kilograms. That's quite a bit. So colony 3 has about 10 kilograms. And colony 4 has 8. So if you look back there, right where my finger is, that is the little shack that I have set up for my bees, where the bees are living. And on the other side of this field here, there are hazel groves everywhere here, a bunch of hazel bushes. And they come to these long, nice little tassels here, and they pick up some nice pollen. So at this time of the year, end of February, they have a lot to choose from. The only bad thing for me is I'm quite allergic to hazel pollen, so that's why my voice is starting to get a little scratchy right now. I can feel the effects of the pollen already. But this is a good thing to see. It gives the bees a nice source of pollen at this time of the year. All right, that's it. I weighed all the colonies. They seem to have enough food. I'm just a little bit nervous always at this time of the year. The last thing I want is to lose colonies because they didn't have enough food. That would just be a tragic loss. But one thing I will mention, last week when I was checking the colonies, I noticed that colony 2 was running a little bit low on food. So just to be on the safe side, I decided to give them a food frame. And when I gave them another food frame, I was, of course, opening the hive. And as I did that, they were very, very loud. They were buzzing really loud, which was already a first red flag for me. So what I did is I looked outside at the hive entry to see what kind of activity was happening out there. And I noticed that the bees that were returning to the colony were not bringing any pollen, whereas the other 3 colonies, the bees were really, really consistent in bringing pollen back. Normally when bees are bringing pollen in like that, it means they have brood. They're trying to give the colony some food to feed the brood with. And colony 2 wasn't doing that. So I'm not sure. Colony 2 could be queenless. I was just looking outside right now in front of the hive entries, and there's a lot of activity. It's really sunny. Although it's not so warm, but it's really sunny, so the bees are actually going out. But again, there's no bees coming back with pollen. The other 3 colonies are also not bringing pollen back right now today. So I don't know if that's a true indication, but some might think, well, why don't you just open up the colony and see what's going on there? But I really don't want to do that. It's too cold, and I don't want to actually be the reason why a colony doesn't survive. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that colony. I hope I don't lose them. It was the split from last year. Actually, it was the old queen from the split from last year. So hopefully she's still in there, and that colony I'll actually be able to use that colony this season. Yeah, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. If you haven't already done it, please hit subscribe. And of course, I'll try to get some more videos out as soon as possible. The weather is getting a lot nicer, so I'm hoping that the season is really going to start in the next couple of weeks. And then, of course, by then I'll be able to get more videos out to you. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and have fun beekeeping.